What are we doing here today?
We're going to go right round the charity shops.
Of where?
Pick up all the bargains in Didsbury.
In Didsbury. And the first one we've been into is the Save the Children.
That's right, which is the best.
It's the best, isn't it? Why is it the best?
Because they haven't, it's disorderly, the things are thrown around, and you have a sense that they're not pricing exactly every item that they sell. So it's kind of...
It's only 9:45 in the morning. There are about 7 or 8 people in there, weren't there, already?
And 6 of them are shop workers.
Yes. What have you bought today?
Today I bought a whole pile of spoons.
Can you just show us a couple?
I bought, yes, the spoons.
You bought about over 20 of them, didn't you?
25 of those. A police box.
A what?
Something like a police box. And a little book on cars.
So this is the first one we always go to, isn't it? Which is a bit away from the others.
A bit away from the others, just slightly off the main street.
But in a way, and you bought, what, about 4 or 5 different items there? Well, if you call the spoons, there are about 24 of the spoons. So there's quite a lot. So we've done quite well.
I think so.
But I think we won't do as well at the other ones, will we?
I doubt it.
Okay.
We won't find anything at Shelter, and we'll be very lucky to find anything anywhere else.
Okay, let's go and see. Right, Bill, we've just found this work of art in Didsbury. Watch where you're putting your hand.
Careful what you're doing there. I think I'll take a photograph of you taking a photograph.
So why have you bought this, Bill? Okay, let's move on to the next shop. Right, we're here at Cancer Research UK. We've had a rather exciting visit, haven't we, there?
Indeed.
What happened?
I jumped in.
Yeah, you tripped over that that mat, didn't you, where the bit of rubber was up.
I went on my face, but it wasn't, luckily it wasn't seriously. Luckily I didn't land on my wrist. And
all's well that ends well. And also, you've actually bought a major set of Star Trek characters, which look pretty comprehensive.
Absolutely.
Including the Star Trek control panel. It's for £30, so I think maybe you did quite well out of it altogether there. Upmarket to some of them.
It's our second best.
I think I'd agree. I think it's the second best. Okay, let's move on. Right, Bill, well we've just been in the Ryder shop, which is not normally a good hunting ground, is it?
No, but it's off better today. They have a lot of oldish things and quite interesting things.
What did you manage to get?
I got a string bow.
Very good. And
a couple of badges.
Badges, yes. I think one was the police.
And a little piece of embroidery.
Which is very nice, yes.
Quite attractive.
Oh, and also knitting patterns, weren't they?
And some knitting patterns.
From old knitting patterns. An amazing coincidence, didn't we? In that
Absolutely.
This morning you gave me some letters which were based around Chorlton, and on the back of them, one of them was the autograph of Al Bowley, the crooner from the 1930s. And what did we manage to find in this morning?
We found a CD of Mr. Bowley.
Al Bowley. The man himself. Amazing coincidence.
Yeah.
Right, on to Oxfam next.
Right.
Now Bill, we've come to Oxfam, which is a kind of granddaddy of all the charity shops really, and probably the most sophisticated one, isn't it?
Most sophisticated, but also the highest prices.
Yeah, they put their prices very carefully, don't they? They've got really good costings. Assessors, yes. And in fact, it's the only one we've come across that has auctions. So people put what do they do?
Blind bids, yeah.
You put blind bid on a particular object, and then at certain dates.
It's the highest bidder gets the.
What are you thinking of bidding on?
I bid for the drums.
The drums, yeah.
And I bid £35.
£35 for the drums. So here at Oxfam, and again, it's been more productive than normal, isn't it?
More productive.
It's usually a bit expensive, isn't it? But
This is it, yes. Woodbine packet with cigarette cards. I think it was £3.
£4. Still good value because it was stock full of cigarette cards, and they're quite rare nowadays.
We sell the packet separately.
Shelter next door. Now, why do we not like shelter?
Shelter, it's totally controlled. Everything is very orderly, very colour conscious. Nothing interesting whatsoever.
Nothing very old in it either.
I don't think so. I think it's for women's clothes. I don't know whether it's worthwhile or not, but for us,
For anything other than that.
worthless.
It's more like a fashion store, isn't it, than brand new cosmetics, brand new jewellery. I wonder what the firms who are selling these commercially feel like locally. Oh, the other thing was about Oxfam is, if you notice in there, it's got signs saying CCTV, only 3 items in the changing rooms, we prosecute all thieves. What do you feel about that? I mean, is that right?
No, it's not right. I mean, I suppose they have to protect themselves, but they're getting these things free.
Well,
really.
I think maybe, yeah.
And, you know, if somebody shoplifts an odd pullover, so what?
I think there's a fine distinction between being business-like
That's right.
and being a business.
That's right, and being under surveillance is not pleasant.
Yes.
Wherever it takes place.
Yes. Okay. Now here at Bernardo's, this has got a sort of a flavour of all of its own, hasn't it?
This really is a kind of shelter type shop. Good colour, very respectable, very orderly, and usually absolutely nothing worth buying.
Exactly. They spend a lot of time getting everything colour coordinated, don't they?
They do.
But I don't think I've ever seen anything useful in here ever, actually. But we'll go and try.
We'll have it.
I think they are snakeskin. It's probably artificial snakeskin. Now here we are at Mind. Our prejudices were confirmed by Bernardo's, weren't they?
Absolutely.
There's nothing in there. What about this one, the Mind one? It's a sort of cool.
They recently got a cupboard in which they put bits of crockery and books. So sometimes,
occasionally, yes. You never know what you might find here, so it's always worth a look, isn't it?
It is, absolutely.
Okay, so we've been in the Mind shop, and what do you get there?
I got a photograph album of postcards of airplanes on the Second World War and earlier.
It look good, doesn't it?
About 40 cards, paid £15.
Which is quite expensive.
Quite expensive, but I think there are collectors of things like that.
They would be interested in
I
that.
think so.
So here we are at the last of our stops, the RSPCA one. What do you think of this one?
It's not quite the newest, it's the second newest. I don't think I've ever bought anything in there. Maybe the odd bit of China. Usually it's pretty boring.
Yeah, it's very small as well, isn't
It's
it?
very small.
So maybe they're building up stock.
Let's hope so.
Let's give them the benefit of the doubt.
Absolutely.
So that was the last shop, the RSPCA.
Yes, we didn't
Nothing?
buy anything.
No, but
There isn't usually anything to buy.
no. But it's the last stop, and now we can go and treat ourselves to some coffee and a tea cake at the Art of Tea. So this is one of our favourite shops in Didsbury, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's Wilkinson's the electrical shop, which you wouldn't really tell from looking inside the window display, which seems to have a very eccentric range of goods. But you can get things like old light bulbs if you want the old-fashioned sort. They've got a big stock of those.
Shelley, Moo, more. That's Will Williams, famous author, writer, ventriloquist, and socialist.
Okay, so here we are in the Art of Tea, thoroughly exhausted after going through all the charity shops in Didsbury. What would you say your conclusions are about them?
It was a good day. I mean, this is one of our better days, really. Spent quite a lot of money, but bought things which will be excellent for the store, and one or two things for myself. So, very satisfying.
The tea cakes arrive.
lots of books on the Spanish Civil War.
So we're here with our last part of the journey, which is a visit to Bob's bookshop in the back of the Art of Tea. And there's his chair, which he just about can sit in, if he does it very carefully. He's got the book he's looking for you, isn't it?
Yes.
What have you got all these Rupert dolls for? Rupert?
Just for the children of all ages.
You sell them?
No, they're not for sale.
They're just,
People want to buy them, but they're not for sale.
they're just to look at them.
They're just
Cuddle.
and children love to play with them, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, good idea.